We are privileged today to be at the Maryland Historical Society in the midst of an exhibit on the Civil War as it affected Maryland and Baltimore. And one of the items that is not on display but which is in the collections here is one which I would like to talk just a little bit about today. It is a dress, and it's a dress worn by a little girl, 4 years old, and on a Sunday morning in May, she put on her Sunday best to go to church when she encountered Federal troops. They arrested her, told her mother that she had to go home and change her dress because it was red checkered and it represented Southern colors and she was a rebel. So the little girl had to go home, take her dress off, and change into other clothes in order to be able to go to church. Now this 4-year-old little girl was the daughter of a German immigrant. She was not a daughter of a strong Southern planter sympathizer. A father who had come to Baltimore in the 1840s from Germany and had established a restaurant and a tavern on Dugan's Wharf. He obviously catered to a large number of people, both Union and Southern, and it is debatable as to whether or not this was truly meant to be a statement of Southern support, though any soldier walking the streets of Baltimore at that point in time would have recognized the colors as being colors that were very closely associated with the Southern cause. What Southerners from Maryland adopted as their color code were the red and white colors of the wife of George Calvert, who actually founded Maryland back in the 17th century. The little girl lives to 1934. She dies in December of 1934, and she keeps this dress as a remembrance of her encountering the Federal troops in Baltimore on that historic day, sometime in May in 1861. What does the dress represent? The dress really represents the divisions that occurred within the city with regard to the approach of the Civil War. It represents the tensions, the concerns of the citizenry with regard to just what the future of this community was. Baltimore in those days was the 4th largest city in the United States. It had a population of 212,000 people packed into a 14 square mile area. It in fact included a third of the population of the whole state of Maryland. And their whole future was based upon trade and commerce, much of which was associated with the South. So there was a real great concern as to what the future of the city was going to be. So the dress symbolizes, in some respects, opposition, but it also symbolizes the occupation of the city for 4 years by Federal troops.